for Anthony Mantha to healthy scratch him, it's not going to do him any. He is what he is by now. He's an old player. He's not a prospect. He's scored. He's not scored the whole thing. I just wonder. Yesterday we talked about the message that it maybe sends by sending Coronado down while Mantha is playing poorly. Now, if you keep, I just wonder for a guy, does Huska, for the accountability, for the merit-based ice time, if you keep putting Mantha out there and getting top 6, top 9 minutes, what's the message sending to the rest of the team? Because he doesn't deserve it right now. He deserves to be sitting and watching for at least a game or two.
I think he should. He's got one shot in his last 5 games.
Yeah, no shots last night. Not
like 5 games, guys. One shot. What's his tool? What is the one thing he's his calling card?
Yeah.
It's being big and shooting the puck. He's still big. Never going to not be big. You stop shooting the puck.
It's a 1-year deal, Retro.
You're going to get a better Mantha the game after.
The only thing you're going to possibly do is hurt his feelings. There's nothing to me. There's no other real side effect.
I don't
I don't know. Is he working hard? Because that's what he can control. And has he had a tough time bringing work ethic?
I just mean in a negative
career?
sense. Like, oh, you might lose him. What's the sit him?
Yeah, I'm with you. Sorry, I thought you were framing it the other way.
No,
like, there's nothing good. I think there's lots of good.
I think there's nothing negative.
Yeah,
it's a 1-year deal. What are you gonna? Oh, you might lose the player. Who gives?
You might get. I think you get a better player coming back.
Sit him. I don't know.
This is where all that stuff that we didn't want to have to talk about quickly is coming up. Matt is going to be great. Huberdeau is going to be great. This is
searching for a fight. He was looking for TJ Miller. He's going to get some retribution for his teammate. He scores in the first period. This guy,
man, you can trade him.
It's not always necessarily that's not the calling card of Anthony Mantha. He tends to disappear at times. And has he disappeared? But when you're mixing in youth, I wonder what you're thinking about Klapka, now Coronado and Pelche and some other guys who are okay. We're going to bide our
close to returning.
Sure, we're going to bide our time. I'll be a healthy scratch. I'll play in the A. I'll wait.
Yeah.
But why?
Why is this fella here?
Yeah.
I think that the message. So they have the hot. I'm talking as I'm thinking. And so I'm Conroy. I'm in Conroy's shoes right now. I'm in Huska's head. I'm trying to think of how I would approach this. And I think probably I'm going to go a few more games as is. And then around, depending on how the team's doing, and it doesn't really matter, it will be a meeting of everyone, coach, GM, players. This is how we're going to treat the rest of the season. If you're not going to work, you're going to sit. Don't pout about it. I'm not going to put up with agents phoning me and whining. Here it is. It's laid out in front of you.
That's very, you know what? Very level-headed and fair.
I think that's
the approach.
And I think what's key in there is that you address it internally before it becomes public.
Yeah.
And when a healthy scratch guy in the rafters, all 32 teams see it, all fan bases see it. That guy has to go to the rink, and everyone that works there says, oh, that guy was healthy scratch last game. So we don't know if that conversation's already happened or not, but it's getting to the point where it's 5 games where, God, the sport would be easy for a lot of people if they had the tools he had. But the one thing he doesn't have is that consistent work ethic.
On the one thing,
if you could be that big and that strong and shoot it the way he does, Christ, like
the one thing that Huska I don't think is blinded by, by shit that ain't happening. I'm trying to think of the word. The one thing that he has coveted and has demanded is work. Yes. He said that last year. He said it this year. He said it through camp. We're going to work. We got to outwork. Here's our work. I don't think he was fooled, but it's the one calling. It's what he needs to see out of his team on a nightly basis. And to sit anybody, specifically, Mantha, who's going to fight him on it? You can be pissed off, I suppose, but.
Yeah. But the message should be sent that anyone that's not going to work can sit. Like, if you want to have a week off, that's fine. You'll get a week off. But the problem, I'm it's not a downer. It's reality. This team can go out work other teams. They're still not going to win.
That's right.
We haven't seen that yet, but that's the thing. Yeah.
This team is going to go, and you're going to have a standard, and you're going to make these demands. And if we work hard, we'll have success. Maybe.
Well, last night they saw what can happen if they don't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was the real first game where I'm like,
But
you
that's
didn't show
the
up to work.
this is the issue. This is the issue that Conroy and Husker are going to have to face, is how to keep morale high enough when you lose 4-3 and you worked your ass off, and you've now lost 5 in a row, and you've actually worked really, really hard.
Mhm.
And you just still don't have a point or a win. Like, where's the apple? You know what I mean? There's sticks, there's carrots. You can beat. You can, like, how are you approaching it? Hey,
Yeah.
coach, we just lost 5 in a row, but we outworked 4 of the teams.
Yeah, we haven't seen it yet, but you're right. It's a definite
That'll be
thing
the
we'll see stretches of. The one thing I'll say is there's lots of room for improvement on the work ethic. I mean, if you want to just ignore contractual status and service time in the NHL, you can put some guys to watch and bring up some kids. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Be sure to check out more of our content right here on the Flames Nation YouTube page. We had a bunch of great long form interviews. You can check out some videos we've done as well outside of the studio. And of course, if you want more writing or merchandise stuff, flamesnation.ca or nationgear.ca. Appreciate you watching.